Hello everyone, True Zero Emissions here. Okay, what's in the box? What's in the box? This is the Wolf King GTR, and I just charged it with my, I just completed the charge last night with this Roger charger. And anyone that knows about the Roger charger, okay, just to be clear, this video is about this box right here. This video is for this box, but I can't help but tell you about this great scooter, which is the Wolf King GTR, and this charger. I'm going to talk about it in every video I make. I may do that. It's called the Roger charger, R-O-G-E-R. Volts on top, amperage on bottom. Dials over here. Yes, it would be nice if their dials were on the same side, right? But they're not. But look, there's always room for improvement, right? Okay, Roger, we got, maybe that's something that could be done in the future. But if it just makes sense engineering-wise, electrical engineering-wise, and mechanical engineering-wise, if it just makes sense to put the dials on the other side, then I understand that. I had no problem reaching over here and turning the dials. It was fine with me. This is the current, this is the voltage. This is a 15 amp charger up to 135 volts. You set the voltage manually, you set the current manually. You choose how fast you charge your battery, but never, ever, ever charge it beyond the safe parameters and correct parameters of the voltage for your given battery and the current parameters that the battery is specified to accept. And the indicator is temperature. If it starts warming up, then you know it might be too much power for it, okay? My indicators right here. This is the user manual. See this? User manual. It came with the scooter. And when they show right in the book, when they show charging time with two 5 amp chargers, use 5 amps times 2, about 3.5 hours. When they show it right there, to me, I say, okay, I can go 10 amps. Because that book shows 10 amps right there. 5 plus 5 is 10. And that's what you do. You add the current when you have two chargers. They're both the same voltage, but they add the current. So I charged this at 10 amps and less than 10 amps. And it didn't even get warm. The wires didn't get warm. The battery did not get warm. Nothing got warm. So I could probably even go higher than that. I'm not going to do that right now. And I don't know if I will. I'll just stay within the safe parameters. But because I'm an experimenter, I'm interested in the limits of things. So I may buy a spare battery and then test the limits of that. But the batteries right now, as I understand, are not available yet, because I asked to buy a spare battery shortly after purchasing this. I had just forgotten to ask when I purchased it. I was just so excited. But or I may have asked and I don't think they're available. But I've asked since then and they're still not available. I want to get another battery for this. What's in the box? Order it and it will come. Like today. Prime. Okay, there was a day, I'm going to tell the story again, I'll probably tell it many times, because it's hard to believe that there was a time that I thought, like I had actually a bad feeling about Amazon. Like I used to feel nauseous. I felt intimidated. I felt like I wasn't smart enough to use Amazon. It's weird. I guess that's just how it is when I don't know how something works, or I don't know if I can use something, right? These are probably normal feelings. I don't know if it's a normal feeling about using Amazon. I know some people don't use Amazon, but I actually don't know who that is. It's very rare. I don't even know if I've met anybody that doesn't use Amazon. I'm probably the only person that I knew that didn't use Amazon for so long. And now I've been using Amazon for a couple years, and I'm so happy that I am. I was introduced to Amazon, and I was interested in what Amazon was. And when someone showed me what Amazon was and how to use it, it didn't make any sense to me, but I just did it. I just placed an order. I just started doing the steps. And even though it didn't make sense to me, I got used to the actions of doing things, like you do this and then you do that and then you do this, and then you kind of make sure the right amount was taken from the bank and the right amount's charged here, and just making sure everything matches. And over time I became comfortable, I guess, with the process. I don't know why I don't understand the way I learn completely. I just know that I have to do things to learn them. I don't learn by someone saying, this is how you do it, and then now go do it. Or memorize this and then just apply the knowledge. I can't do that. I have to see it work. I have to experience it. That's how I learn. And they say we all learn differently. So when you put a bunch of kids in a classroom, because that's how we start school, right? Many of us start school that way. Not all of us. Some people have homeschooling, and I did some of that too. But when you're in a classroom and you have all these kids are learning with one teacher, when everybody has a different learning approach, the way they learn best, it's an interesting process, right? But going back to this, I'm just going to say I'm so glad that I'm using Amazon. It's amazing that I ordered this morning, and guess what? It came the same day. I couldn't believe it. It was free shipping. Okay, what do you think's in the box? This is for the scooter. I bought this for the scooter, and let's go ahead and open it. Now I'm going to be careful not to damage anything inside. So I'm gonna hold this and try not to cut too far in there. I don't want to damage this. Okay, what is that? What do you think that is? I bought this for the scooter. Very exciting. Okay, it shows a car, but it could show a scooter right there too, right? That's an idea. Okay, what's this? What's that? What is that? Wolfbox. I have one of these in my car. I received one of these as a gift for my car. I'm so happy. It lowered my stress. You ever had someone like almost hit you or run into you, and then, you know, I had someone, I was literally sitting in my car once, and someone that just started driving backed into the car. I was in a parking lot sitting in my car. I had just parked, and I was sitting in the car with the car off, and someone hit the car that I was in. Someone crashed into the car I was in, and they said, you know, they apologized and everything, and at the moment I don't recall if they provided any information or if they refused to give me insurance information. I don't remember how that went. I think I got all the information. Gosh, I don't remember actually what happened. I apologize. I just know this. I know that the person hit the car, and then they were just a brand new driver, and then later they changed the story and said there was no accident, or they said that I hit them, which was totally not true, right? And there was probably cameras in the parking lot that could have been requested, right? Because there's so many cameras everywhere. But in that case, the person said they didn't hit me. They didn't hit me. They said I hit them. And when I asked why they changed the story, they had the reason they gave was because their father said they're not allowed to have accidents. And I thought, okay, well, that doesn't change anything, but now what, right? They're not allowed to have accidents. If they're having accidents, that doesn't change the fact that they had an accident, right? So anyway, in that case, in that particular instance, the father wasn't allowing the person the reality of what they had done. But if you have something recorded and someone, you know, runs into the car and it's recorded, then that could at least be a neutral record of what actually happened, which could vary from what you think happened and the other person might think happened, right? Because even when an accident happens, it can be confusing as to what actually happened sometimes. What's interesting is I didn't get this for its ability. I call this a dash cam. I don't know if this qualifies as a dash cam, but I call it a dash cam because it goes in the rearview mirror and it has two cameras. It has a camera that's actually on it that shows forward, right? So it records forward, and it has a separate camera that records behind. Now, on this one, now what I was looking for, my thought was I would like to have some kind of screen on the scooter where I can see behind me. That was my thought. I wasn't thinking, let me get something that records. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking, I want to just see behind me without looking and turning my head, right? And without using this, here, this mirror right there. Because that mirror on the helmet, it's just so small and it doesn't let me see a lot of area, right? So I thought if I had a screen, and then I thought, well, wait a second, I have this in my car and I really like it a lot. And it has this large screen, right? It's like a 12-inch screen, I think. I think that's what this says, right? Is that what it says? Yeah, right there. 12-inch touchscreen. And that screen is really nice to see behind me, right? So I can mount a camera back here. I'm thinking of putting the camera, we're going to open the box in a moment. I'm thinking of putting the camera either underneath here, if it'll fit in there, or just on the back part right here, just like right on there, like that, right? And then I have these LED lights, because I want to make the scooter more visible too. I like lots of light, right? Not too much, but just this, like one strip, one bright light. Just one light pointing at the ground, right? Just pointing downwards to light the ground up. And it's going to go, I'm thinking I'm going to go back here and then go around here and then go on the other side underneath, right? So it's going to go underneath this, pointing down, because I don't want it pointing at people, right? I mean, you could be lit anyway and someone could still run into you. So just because something's bright, I don't know if that changes everything. or anything, but at least the scooter already has pretty good lights. So let's open this box up and see what's inside. Let's go ahead and get this opener here, and let's see how we can open this up. It has a seal. It's sealed really well. As you saw, it was packaged very well. Okay, it looks like we cut this here. Apologies if the phone just keeps going out of focus. I'll try to keep touching the screen to make it focus again. So we're going to take the outer cover off here, the protective plastic cover off, and then we'll open it up. Now on the car, I had a professional installer install the dash cam for me, because there was wires that had to be run, you know, around the car to the back and everything. This is the, it looks like this might be the model that it is. And it works very, very well. If there's a clip you want to save, you just touch the screen and press the lock button, and it'll save that clip, that 30-second or 60-second clip, or you choose how long you want the clips to be. That's a setting. So let's just show what's here on the back. I have spoken with the customer service. It has a 1-year warranty. That's very good. I have spoken with the customer service when I had some questions, and they were very helpful and answered all my questions. So had very good experiences with this company. Okay, let's see how we open this. Let's see which way it opens now. Looks like this might be the top. Let's see. I may have to set the phone down and then see if I can figure out how to open this. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so this just pulls upward like this. Yeah, it was really great that this came so quickly too. It just literally came in the same day I ordered it. I ordered it early this morning and it came the same day. I was like, wow, is that real? Like, I called Amazon and said, is this really coming today? Because I'm going to get excited, and then if it doesn't come, I'm going to be a little bit frustrated because I get my hopes up and everything. So this is the actual this is the actual mirror itself, rear view mirror, which it goes over your rear view mirror, your existing rear view mirror. It goes over that. Please contact us if you have any questions. Yeah, so what my thoughts are is see if, I'm just thinking about this as a thought experiment, is that to mount this somewhere up here. You see how large that screen is? I like big screens. I like the big screens on the Tesla cars. I like that. So I can relocate my data display here. That can go back down on the other side, right? That can go, when I bought the scooter, this was down here. I can put that back down there. And then I can put a separate brackets that come out here that can hold this like this. But one thing I need to figure out is this front camera, it can be adjusted. I really wish this phone would focus better. This is an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I have to always manually touch this. I have to often manually touch the screen to make it focus. So it's not auto-focusing very well. Now this is a very wide angle, so even though, so see, I adjusted it up, right? But even though it's not perfectly straight on the road, it's such a wide angle, like the view is so wide, and meaning the angle of view is so wide that it may actually see at that angle it's at there. When I angle this, it may still show enough in front of me that I can leave it at a 45-degree angle, which is my preference, right? So I'll have to see if that's enough. The other option I may be able to do is to just actually face it downward and then connect a mirror down here, a mirror that would show the road, because this has the ability to invert the image different ways. I can reverse it or flip it this way, up, like right that way, or this way too, like both ways that way. It can be flipped in many different ways, inverted in different ways and stuff, things like that. So And I think that's with both cameras, not just the back camera or the front camera. I think both cameras can be adjusted. So there will be the way of how will I mount this. Yes, and it has these here that are on there. So I think there's some possibilities here, and I'll make some videos of the process, of my thought process as I think about installing this and actually do the installation as well. I may have someone install it for me. With the car, I had an installer do it, and because for the wiring and everything. Let's see what this says. Input 5 volts 3 amps max. There it is, 5 volts 3 amps. It doesn't take a lot of power. That's really great. That's not a lot of power. So the first thing I'm going to do is see if the scooter already has a low voltage transformer on it for the lights that it has anywhere, if there's anything on the scooter already that provides that voltage. And if not, I might be able to take the voltage from the lights. Let me think about this. It's probably going to have to come from the battery. So whatever's powering the transformer, the power going to the existing transformer, if that's easily accessible, or just access the battery itself. There's also the option, since it's such low power, I might just run a separate battery supply for that. Just have a battery that can run that for, you know, maybe 24 hours, which should be enough, and then I just charge it after each use or something like that. Or if it's a larger battery, maybe it would just be charged like once a month or something, right? So it comes with this. Let's see if there's anything else in the box here, because yeah, there's going to be some more things in the box. So let's set this down. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Okay, down here we have the kit here for the installation kit, I'll call it. This looks like it goes into a cigarette lighter. Now, since I had it professionally installed, it was wired all behind the dash of the car. This looks like what's called a USB-C plug. I think I'm saying that correctly. That's what that looks like to me. So this looks like it goes into the cigarette lighter, and then, well, is that a cigarette? No, I'm not going to call it a cigarette lighter. I'm going to call it the accessory port. Yeah, it's not a cigarette lighter, it's an accessory port. Maybe long ago it was considered a cigarette lighter, but who smokes it anymore? I think it's a very, very low percentage of people smoke these days, smoke cigarettes. So we'll call it an accessory lighter. So it has this plug here, which I forget the name of that one. I forget what that's called, but it has that on the back side of the accessory port. And then we have the, let's see what this is. This is the GPS. It has a GPS connection. Okay, so that'll get connected to the camera. We have these here. It looks like there's different lengths here. So we have the longer ones, and then we have these that are less long, and those go on the back and connect there. If you look here and here, and that connects this to the mirror, the present existing mirror that's on the car. Let's see what this is here. This looks like it might be for wires, just to route wires. I'm just guessing. I like that, it's very neat. Okay, this is the GPS we already saw. This is our power source, I think. And then this, down here, as you can see, what do you see there? You see that camera? That's a camera right there. I don't know what that red, oh, it's just a sticker that comes off, okay. The red part right there is just a sticker that comes off. It's a lens protector. That's the rear view camera right there, and this is our wires for that camera. So my thought is, let's see if that'll fit between, no, it doesn't look like it'll fit. It doesn't look like it'll fit between the fender and this, but I might be able to, let's see how I can do this. Yeah, I mean, I could just go on top like that. I could just mount it on top. You know, I could just mount the camera on top there. Like, sorry for the image camera work here. I might be able to just put that right there like that, and mount it like this, like right there. That could be the back camera. You can also go back here a little bit back more. Right there, but here would probably show more. It'll give me more of a view, right? Now that's going to show everything back here, a lot of view, and it's going to be all on that screen right up here on the front, right there, a large big screen. So, and if I lose function of the front camera, because I need to face this up to me, right? If I want to face this up to me, like that, right, more than a 45-degree angle, right? Because that's 45. If I go more, then and I lose, and the front camera's just facing the ground, and I lose that, I guess that's okay, because the main thing I want is to see behind me. But like I was saying, I think if I did that, I could even use a small mirror like that one up there for the helmet, something like that, or I guess a larger one probably, or even like a curved mirror, right? A dome, like a dome mirror right there, like a wide. That'll give me more of a wide view of everything. Just something showing the front there. I'll face that challenge when I get there, and I'm just going to take one step at a time. Okay, everyone, True Zero Emissions here, signing off. Super excited about the Wolfbox dash cam, not because it's a camera, but because I can see behind me now. I want to keep track of what's happening behind me, right? Is there cars coming? What's the activity behind me? But it's also good, you know, it's also good. A lot of people use dash cams. It's also good to have a dash cam, and a lot of people that ride micromobility, bicycles, anything, motorcycles, you'll see a GoPro or something always going, and I think you can set those on loop where it just keeps recording and then erases and keeps recording. And it's good to have, it's like a safety feature, right, where you have a kind of like a document of your experiences on the road. Okay, everyone, True Zero Emissions signing off. We'll see you next time.